What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back at the shop again and we are doing a motor swap on a 96 Cobra. This car came in, the guys had it for a while. Motor locked up a little while back. He's just had it sitting in his garage, and he has bought a 52,000 mile short block from Chris at Mustang Parts Reaper. So we are going to be swapping that motor into this car, and get him going again. So give a little walk around the car before we get started, and I'll kind of do what we're gonna have to do to get the motor out. So this car, I'm assuming, has been repainted because it is crystal white, and if you know anything about these Mustangs, crystal white was notorious for just flaking off everywhere. But to do this, we are going to be pulling the motor from the bottom, which I have not done before since we've got the lift. They usually always do it from the top, but now that we have a full-size lift in the shop over here, I'm going to be pulling it from the bottom. Should make it way easier. To do this swap, we are going to have to pull the radiator, the overflow, the battery will be gone. Power steering pump down there will have to go. AC compressor will have to be unhooked. The intake, both fuel lines, the cables, the clutch cable. That's basically it from the top. Oh, and the junction block right there will have to be disconnected. That's basically it from the top. I will go over the bottom when we get the car up in the air. Alright, well, we got the whole top undone. We have the shifter handle is off of the transmission. So down here, we're gonna have to take the tires off, pull the springs out, get those out of the way, undo the struts. I guess I should point the camera over here. Take the springs out, take the struts out, take the tires off, take the brakes off, both sides, pull this mid pipe out. Transmission cross member will have to go. And then on the front, that will have to go, the power steering pump will have to go, and then we will be able to drop the whole front K-member, motor, transmission, everything. All right, we got the motor out. So next thing to do is get the crane, take the motor and transmission off the K-member. Then we'll have to pull the transmission, and then I have to swap the intake and valve covers over to the new motor with all the harness and everything, and then it will be ready to go back in. So hopefully we'll get the motor at least bolted back in the car today, but we'll see how this goes. Well, it looks like a disaster in here right now, but we got all of the accessories swapped over. The intake is swapped over. I will put the upper intake on once the wiring harness goes back on. Headers were swapped, motor mount was swapped, coil brackets, alternator, the crossover tube. What else did we do? Motor mounts. I don't know if I said that. Got the transmission off. So tomorrow we'll come in, put the flywheel clutch back on, put the transmission on, set it back on the cross member or the K member, do the wiring harness, upper intake, and then it's back in the car. What's up, guys? Working late tonight. We are doing a little bit of wiring at the house. The guy with the Cobra decided last minute that he wanted to do the coil on plug conversion, so a little setup on the desk, got it all made up for him. So this will be installed tomorrow. We'll have to swap the other valve covers back on, solder this in to hit the factory harness, and then that will be good to go. Any of you 4-6 guys, 2 valve or 4 valve, are looking to do coil on plug, let me know. I make these conversion harnesses. They are they're not plug and play. They are, you have to wire 6 wires on the 2 valve and 5 wires on the 4 valve. So you just solder that into the factory harness, and it comes with instructions and everything. So just let me know if you want one. All right, we got the motor back on the K member. We did the coil on plug harness conversion, got the valve cover swap, coils are in there, the harness is in there, soldered up to the factory harness, so it's ready to go. Got the intake back on, so we're about to put it back in now. Stay tuned. Alright, we got the bottom pretty much done with, got the exhaust back on, the drive shafts back in. So, gonna change the oil while it's up in the air, and then we'll move on to the spring struts and brakes, and then we'll go up top, plug everything in, and we'll be ready to fire hopefully in the next hour or so. Alright, here we go. First startup. We'll see if it actually starts on the first try. Man, that easy.